Welcome to the Optimists Always Win Forum. You are about to embark on the journey where we learn how to move from defeat to life's C-suite. Your host today is award-winning speaker, stage 4 cancer survivor, and renowned diversity trainer, Kimberly S. Reed.
You talked about parents and what they teach you. And for me, my parents taught me, if it wasn't for them and my grandmothers, my mom taught at MIT. She was one of the first African Americans to teach at MIT in the early 70s. And they showed me how to be resilient, be kind, give your blessings, always give your blessings. And that's how we keep the cycle going. As we deposit, we have to always make deposits first before we take out. And so, my parents were such a guiding light in these principles. And then what you just described, you just took me back to a little girl. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It made me miss my mom, and now I'm getting to be a waterhead right now. So I'm going to move. We're going to edit that, but I'm going to.
If I could add a quick thing, you're so beautiful. I would love to share, Irfan, your point of view on families, the importance of it does start in our home. And when we receive it, we really know we have it when we can teach it. And my daughter is a teenager, she's a senior in high school. She recently taught something back to me. And she started saying a few months ago, "Mom, I appreciate you." I thought, that's great. I loved hearing it. Thank you. And I appreciate you. It causes a reciprocity. We often don't speak it enough. Yeah. And I realized when we did an employee review at my law firm recently, the partner or the person leading it was beginning right into the substance. And I thought, wait a second, let's start here. We appreciate you as part of our team. And I think that goes a long way to sharing it. But I heard that back from my daughter. So having our children using it and deploying it in the world is a joy to see that.
It is, yeah. I'm going to move forward, but you just also brought something else. I sent my dad a book, a few. And one of the books I signed for him, of course. And I said, thank you to my real life superhero. That's the way I always felt. Yeah. And I never saw my dad, the other time I saw my dad cry, well, of course, when my mother passed away. They were married for 48 years. But I saw my dad tear when I went off to college the first time. And I saw him tear on FaceTime when he opened the book. So it's a powerful when we make those significant deposits and unlock who we are. So thank you all. Thank you.
Janan, you mentioned, I just want to add a thing which, the other thing which I noticed is everybody has a different way of appreciation, right?
Yes.
So there are a lot of people who are not good at saying, I love you.
Right.
They just can't, right? My father was a poet. He was a very famous poet in India. And as kids, we used to see him writing poetry in the morning. But as I grew, I realized that he was a very strong individual. But when we would see his programs on radio, there was less televisions then. In his poetry, he will bring these incidents to tell me if he was proud of me or not. And when I start paying attention to the poetry, it really hit you hard, saying, oh my God, as poet, they're very sensitive. Yeah. But as much as he had a very strong, appearance, but there was a very sensitive heart, but he uses that channel to express about what he felt. There are times I said something he didn't like, but he would express it in poetry. And so we have to be very conscious of how people express. And the only way you could do it when you start moving to a point when you're very comfortable with yourself, you know how you can hear it, and then you will start hearing others. Everybody does not say things in just the same language we speak or the style we speak. So it's easier said than done, but I think it's very important to understand that, when somebody says something, what's what's really the meaning behind the meaning. And that can only happen when you're very comfortable with yourself.
No, absolutely. No question. No question about it. Thank you so much. Oof, great, wonderful, wonderful dialogue.